Welcome back to the channel. We're in the shop soon. Just got home from work and decided to come down here. And I want to make a little welding video of my setup and why I have it the way I do, because it's very specific and it's different from a lot of people. You know, everybody that's in here, they always comment on it. It's kind of a weird setup to most people because they usually see the regular, you know, your generic welding cart. And anyway, we'll start with the machine. I am using a Lincoln Electric 210 multi-process. That means I can do MIG, TIG, stick, and flux. However, it's pretty much only a MIG machine for me. Because I cannot TIG aluminum, I do not have that ability, so I haven't invested in the TIG gun for it, because I want to buy a separate TIG machine that I can do everything with. Because being down by the water, there's a lot of people wanting some aluminum stuff, and I want to, because it's expensive to get a stick and everything for the TIG, and I don't want to spend that money when I can just save it and get a machine. Because I think Square Wave right now goes to like $2,200, which isn't bad. You can probably find someone a deal, but either way, I'm going to be looking for a Square Wave 200 TIG machine, bought by Lincoln Electric, and this machine itself can do 110 and 220, so it's super versatile, and it's done everything I want. It's a great machine for me so far. I think I've had it for like 4 or 5 years, and it's never really let me down. There was actually one time, within the first 6 months or a year of me owning it, the feed line for the gas where it goes to mix in to lead here, it like loosened up from inside. And that was a pain because I didn't know anything about this really, so I had to end up having to take it apart, and it really wasn't that bad. A lot of bolts, but everything kind of clips together. These two end pieces kind of just clip to the main part, to the main body, and it's not bad at all. Down here for gas, I run regular C25. This is just your regular 60 bottle that I get from locally. It's from Main Oxy. And I can exchange it up to like a Napa or something, make it easy. I do not have a big one, mostly because I do not want to pay for the contract right now. At some point I'd love to, but just this thing does what I need. It's like $70 to exchange them, so it's not killing. This little one is just I think it's actually a hobo can. Yeah, and that same C25, and that's because I ran out of my regular bottle, and it was really critical to get that done right now, so I had to go buy one, which sucks, because that was like $160, and it's a complete waste of money for what it is. But it was a Sunday, and Napa wasn't open, so I could not exchange bottles. With that said, the gas is fine. It's just expensive for what it is. This is your regular regulator that comes with Lincoln. It does everything I need. I've never had an issue with it. And then for wire, I pretty much just run 035, and that's a good do-it-all wire. So that's what I run. I can change a lot of temps, do a lot of different thicknesses, and it's just a good do-it-all wire. So that's what I run here. And this is just a 10-pound spool. I think that is a Lincoln Roll 2. I don't remember. Either way, now let's move to the cart, I guess. So the cart's where things get a little different for me. I'm running this I'm running this Husky, kind of like work cabinet. It has your big cabinet down below, and then your one pretty decent sized drawer. Now, I chose this because at the time, this was my only toolbox. I had no toolboxes moving in here, and this needed to roll on something. And really, it came down to, I was going to buy a cart. It's like a regular welding cart, but they're just super expensive for what they are. I picked this thing up at Home Depot for like $70 back, well, I don't know, a long time ago now, but it was only like $70. It was like half the price of a Harbor Freight welding cart, and this did more for me at the time because it was my only toolbox. Everything went in here. Now I've kind of thinned out the lot. This is the only thing not anything to do with welding or, you know, this cart. I have extra bandsaw blades because you can't see it from here, but over there somewhere is a bandsaw. This is my old helmet. It's kind of just like a backup. I think I need to change the batteries. Of course, it's stuck on that thing. But this is just a weld mark. I have a couple GoPro mounts. Try to get some fancy shots in there, but camera didn't really like the welding. But this thing was good. A lot of adjustments and solar and battery, so it always kind of charged itself, except let someone else use it, and it came back dead. So moving on to my current helmet is the ESAB Sentinel. This is an A50, and this helmet rocks, actually. It's super comfortable. Just the only bad side is that it's huge. It's very protruding off your head, and you can't get into, well, show you the screen. I can't get into any tight spots like I could before. And this one's all digital, kind of like the welder. It's all digital up on the screen. This one is a manual hood, so you have your switches, and it works good. It does what you need. This one has a lot more adjustment. Down here, oh, let's get you in the sun. So you have your main, screen, what you're looking through. Then you have this little screen down here that will give you all your adjustments and your presets, and you can preset, I think, like 6 or 8 maybe, I don't know, settings. I also liked it because it has this, the grind button. All you gotta do is hold the grind button a couple seconds, it switches over. So you don't need to keep going back and forth between goggles or whatever, or just manually spinning it. They are expensive, but I really like that helmet. Now I have an extra fuel bag in here, and then that DeWalt bag goes in there too for mobile. I throw all my stuff in there. Got an extra thing of wire. This is just electric loom. I have nowhere else to put it. And then under that is a sandblasting helmet, because sandblasting without a hood blows. And then in terms of, accompanying tools, I really like this grinder. This is a DeWalt. It's a big flexible grinder, but it only takes flexible batteries, which is the downside because you can't just run regulars. But that is the single best grinder I have ever used, and I've used a lot of different ones, and really this kept me from going the Milwaukee route for a long time until I recently started picking up some M12 stuff. But really for me, it was the comfortability, because it didn't have a giant paddle. My hands aren't really that big, so having that paddle for a long time was it was kind of tiring on my hands. So that thing is the best, and I'd recommend that to anybody. It's kind of expensive, but this thing's lasted 4+ years with pretty good use, and it's never gave up. So moving into my Milwaukee stuff, I have this M12 die grinder, and this thing's sweet. I really wanted this to get into more tighter spaces that thing just frankly couldn't. And this thing's awesome. A little expensive, but it's Milwaukee, so what are you gonna do? Down here is this cutoff tool. I'm kind of back and forth with this. One day I think it's the biggest piece of shit I've ever bought because it doesn't cut worth a fuck. But other days it's kind of nifty and handy and get you out of pinches that you found yourself in. The problem I have with it is that if you don't run a bigger battery, even that 4.0 sucks on it. It gets like halfway through and just doesn't cut anymore. It just blinks at you and tells you to go fuck yourself. Small batteries don't work on it for more than like 3 seconds, and really it cuts okay. It doesn't cut awesome. It kind of just bogs up a lot. It just sucks in general, but it's cheap and whatever. It's good for what it is, but it sucks for the most part. But I think that's it. There's this pegboard here. I used to run a bunch of pegs and hold some stuff, but it I don't know, it kind of got clustery. In this drawer, I just run all my just extras for the welder. I got random gloves, and they're mismatched because one of them has a hole. And one thing I do like is running a wrench just for the welding machine, because I used to have an adjustable in here, and that one's big enough I can do the regulator nut, and then any other little piece that needs to be changed. It's mostly just for the regulator when I'm switching tanks, but if I don't remove it out of here, I don't lose it, and then I'm not looking or have to buy another one. So that stays in there. A couple filters. This one's cool, fits under the hood. It's just a Miller one, but that thing's pretty comfortable. It's small. Extra wire. There's brushes. That's my my stinger for the stick welding, and then just extra tips and nozzles. Then also with this machine, there's little compartments here These are running for the different size spools. You got to change that if you change your wire drastically. Then up here I just have more of these. I think those are different sizes and they just kind of live there. But that's going to be it. If you like what you saw or learned anything, thought it was cool, let me know below. And I'd like to get a little more with it, show you guys how it really works. This is just a little video, kind of going into my setup and what I work with all the time. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, go down below. Anything you found cool, or if you like the setup, I'd just like to hear it. So thanks for watching and have a good night.